This week on Wildlife Wednesday, the Stepping Stone Forest volunteers are back on the north side of Dublin, this time at the Tolka River Project. They've been asked to do some soil sampling on behalf of Blakestown Drive Community Group and Earthwatch. So that's exactly why they're here, and we're going to take a look as we walk through the gates of the Tolka River Project at exactly what they're at. Now I'm at a housing estate in Buzzardstown in North County Dublin, and as I swing around I'm going to show you the entrance. I'll do a complete sweep first and then I'll swing back. Now, I'm in the middle of this housing estate. I'm going to swing the camera around behind me. And just up ahead there is the entrance to the Tolka River Project. So let's go through the gates and see what's going on with the soil testing that the volunteers are doing this morning and find out a little bit about it. And as I walk through the gates, the first building I come to on my right hand side there is the old farmhouse. Here I am on a beautiful, well, not quite beautiful, but a mild Sunday morning in January. And this lovely lady beside me is Maria, who's going to introduce herself in a minute and tell me all about where we are and the Tolka River Project.
Good morning. My name is Maria Tormey. I'm Secretary of Blakestown Drive Community Group, and we're the group along with Stepping Stone Forests who are coming in here with Earthwatch UK, and we're going to install a tiny forest. We're giving you a little background as to where you are. Firstly, you're in Dublin 15, you're over in Blanchardstown, and we're actually on the site of an old farm, and the farm, Buzzardstown Farm. Close by to us, that you can't see at the moment, we have Buzzardstown House, and that's the actual old farmhouse. So we're in a really, really old area here, lots and lots of history and fantastic soil. The space that we're going to develop here is now going to be called Recovery Grove, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful name, and they're in the right spot for that.
Now, I'm just about to approach the gang, and they're going to tell me all about what they're at, because I got to tell you folks, I know absolutely nothing about this. Okay, while we're waiting on Neil to join us, he's over in the corner there measuring, folks. So John is going to try and explain to me, in my ignorance, exactly why we're here this morning and what this soil testing is all about.
Well, that's exactly it. We're here to do some soil testing. We'll be doing some chemical testing of the soil, but I won't. My colleagues here will be. We've also got to take some core samples to do that soil testing, so that's what that implement that Francis is holding. And then we have this, which is to test the compaction. How compact is the soil as we push that meter down into the ground.
Okay, and what do the results tell us?
The results will tell us whether the soil needs to be enhanced or enriched in any way. Whether there needs to be perhaps straw added to kind of loosen up the soil if it's very compact, and just the general health of the soil. So that will determine the species that are planted, the species of trees that get planted.
Okay, Kim, explain to me, you've just taken some soil from that hole over there. John's taken notes. What have you two girls actually been doing here? So what are you trying to find out?
We're trying to determine what kind of texture the soil is. So we're getting a feel for the soil itself, whether it's kind of got a sandy texture to it, whether it's gritty, whether it's loam, whether it's silt. And that depends then on the size of the soil particles. And that will, getting off, Well, my college notes back up now, but that will determine how much air and water stays between the soil particles. We worked out that it's a loam, which is a really good balance of all the different types of soil, so it's perfect.
The site here at Buzzardstown is being tested. The soil is being tested this morning by the crew from Dodder Action, Litter Mugs, generally the people you see when I talk about stepping stone forests. Now, although the forest here is going to be similar to a stepping stone forest, it's not actually part of the program. But the people from Dodder Action, all of the volunteers involved in the Stepping Stone Forest project, are going to be here to help the people from Talca River project. Okay, so Francis is taking another soil sample here, and John is going to get the GPS coordinates. So we take 5 different samples, is that correct?
Yeah.
And the GPS coordinates for each one.
Yeah.
And then all of that information you do what with?
We're going to test each individual soil sample for pH levels and other different chemical levels. I'm going to have to go over here now because I've got to get her GPS location.
Okay, off you go.
This long grass does not help with the digging. Now, we want about 12 centimetres of soil, and that's it.
Now, that building in the background that you can see is the old farmhouse here at the site on the Talca River project. Now, I don't know a lot about it, but when we come back for the planting day, I'll be talking to somebody who'll give us a little bit of history of the building. What's that actually measuring, Kim?
The compaction, so how
Compact
packed together the soil is, how tough it's going to be for roots to get through it, or for the lads, they want to know that they have to dig.
I'm reading over 300 again. From Sweden,
Okay, So folks, before we leave here today, Kim has all the samples in her bag, and me being the ignorant one that I am, she's going to tell me what happens now.
I'm going to take the samples home and I'm going to do some tests on them. So we'll measure the pH, and that will tell us the pH of the soil, what kind of trees or what kind of plants will grow there. We'll do a nitrogen test as well. There's potassium, and I forget the other one. And then from that, the team in Tiny Forest will be able to say what kind of nutrients they want to add. Do they need to add any at all, or is it good Irish? So, ready.
Thanks for watching Wildlife Wednesday, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, I'd be grateful if you'd give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And when you do, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to buy a copy of my safari book From Sunrise to Sunset, follow the link below the video. In the meantime, take care, stay safe. We're not quite out of the woods with COVID yet, but we're almost there, so take all the precautions that you can. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.